Okay. So the continued objective for the science lesson this week is to obtain, evaluate, communicate information about the roles of organisms and the flow of energy within the ecosystem. So we've been talking about producers, consumers, and decomposers. And we talked about what an ecosystem is. So by a show of hands, who can tell me what an ecosystem is? Who remembers? Adam. An ecosystem is an environment that contains mostly different animals and plants. So you're almost spot on. An ecosystem is an environment made up of living and non-living things. So you're spot on. Yes, Paul. You're done? Okay, one sec. I'm sorry. Here. Use this one. So we'll know we're successful in this lesson when we can tell how are the functions of producers, consumers, and decomposers linked to an ecosystem. And the big idea for this lesson is living and non-living things linked to one another in an ecosystem by the flow of energy. So in this lesson, we're just talking about basically the food chain and food web, how all of the living and non-living things affect one another. And you remember last week when we talked about if there are not enough wolves or certain animals in the food chain that it will mess up an ecosystem. For example, I gave you I gave you the example that when bunnies are too plentiful, they might eat up a lot of vegetation. So we might need a lot of wolves to keep balance within the ecosystem. So today, there was no school yesterday. So today, for our lesson, we would do our learning criteria would be I can create a food web. So that's why we just did a review to make sure we know what an ecosystem is. And by show of hands, can someone tell me give me an example of what a producer is? Oliver. Producer is an animal that makes its own food. Well, not necessarily an animal, but a producer does make its own food. So the way we remember producers, most producers are plants. So I remember P for producer, plants producers. By show of hand, who can tell me what a consumer is? Young way. Is it animal that eats other animals? Yes, a consumer eats other animals. And so how many types of consumers do we have? How many types of consumers do we have? That's right, James. Say it with confidence. We have 3. Can somebody tell me these types of consumers? So, do you remember, Victor? Do you know all 3? Omnivore. So the 3, herbivore, carnivore, omnivore. So what does the carnivore do? Adam. Carnivore only eats meat. Yes, a carnivore only eats meat. What about the omnivore? No, we're omnivores. Humans are omnivores. Well, some humans, because some humans can be vegetarian. But most humans, we eat plants and animals, so plants and meat. And lastly, what is the herbivore? Yes, only eats plants. So now that I know we have a strong foundation and understanding of what an ecosystem is, what a producer is, what a consumer is, and lastly, what is a decomposer? Adam. A decomposer is an animal. That's not an animal. It's not an animal, but it's going. It's something that Yes. So bacteria and fungi are decomposers. Decomposers are usually bacteria that eat away at the dead waste, at dead animals to clear that waste up out of the environment. So what we're going to do today, you all are going to create energy pyramid. So with these four things right here, with these four items, we have grass, a snake, a cheetah, and a mouse. So what I want you to do is complete the energy pyramid by drawing a line from the consumers to the producers in the correct order. That's what we're doing. And once you complete that, we're going to move on up. And then we're going to answer these three short questions. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Four short questions. So question 1, at which level of any food pyramid would most of the energy be found? And then we have a reference point at the back wall where the energy pyramid is right there. So you have some resources in the room that we can look at to get us about to follow this. So using the following list of organisms to create a food chain diagram, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 items. So we have a hawk, which is a bird. We have a toad, which is a frog, green plants like grass, and a snake. So it's essentially the same thing. You were given these right here to create the food pyramid, the order, and then right here they gave you four other sets of items, and then you just put it in this pyramid, the way the energy flows. And you may refer to the resource on the back wall. Yes, you may. So you all pull out a piece of paper or go in your science journal, and we can get started with this activity. We have about 55 minutes. No, 50 minutes.
Mr. Evans, a good idea would be given a piece of copy paper, just let them draw it,
Okay.
and that way you can display it on your bulletin board with that standard.
Thank you, Ms. LeBron. Yes, sir. Actually, here.
Thank you all.